Picture this. You're 30,000 feet in the air, crammed in a middle seat on a packed flight from Boston to Denver, and your stomach's twisting like a knotted rope because your autoimmune condition's flaring up again. That's where we find 16-year-old Kayla Brooks, a black teenager with a smile that could light up a room. But right now, her face is tight with pain, her hands shaking as she reaches for her meds. The cabin's buzzing with that dull hum of airplane life, babies crying, trays clicking, people scrolling their phones when suddenly, a flight attendant, let's call her Vanessa Holt, swoops in like a hawk, snatches Kayla's prescription bottle, and hisses, "No unauthorized substances on my flight, kid." Kayla's eyes widen, her voice barely a whisper. "Please, it's my medication, I need it." But Vanessa's not having it's got this smirk, like she's caught a thief red-handed, and tosses the bottle into a trash bin with a clunk that echoes like a judge's gavel. The cabin goes quiet, phones pop up, recording, and passengers start muttering. Did she just do that? Kayla's doubled over now, pain ripping through her, and Vanessa snaps. "Go whine to your mom if you want attention." That's when a deep voice cuts through from the front of the plane, calm but sharp as a blade. "That's my daughter, and you're done here." Enter Captain James Brooks, Kayla's dad, striding down the aisle in his pilot's uniform, eyes locked on Vanessa like she's a storm he's about to navigate. Rewind a couple hours. Logan Airport's a zoo with holiday travelers, and James, a 20-year vet with Horizon Skies, is walking Kayla to security. She's got her medical bag slung over her shoulder, her condition something she's learned to manage with grit most adults couldn't muster. "Text me when you're settled, kiddo," James says, planting a kiss on her forehead. Kayla grins. "See you in the sky, Captain." Meanwhile, Vanessa, a 15-year flight attendant with a chip on her shoulder, watches them from the check-in desk, her eyes narrowing. She's just gotten another rejection for a promotion, and she's itching to flex her authority. Pilots and their little sidekicks, she mutters to a coworker, misreading the whole scene, her assumptions fueled by a mix of resentment and, let's be real, some ugly biases she hasn't faced in the mirror. On the plane, Kayla's stuck in the worst seat, middle, back row, cold air blasting from the vent above. She's trying to breathe through the pain, her neighbor, an older woman named Mrs. Carter, giving her a kind smile. "You okay, sweetheart?" Kayla nods, reaching for her pills, but Vanessa's on her like a spotlight. "What's that?" "You need a doctor's note." Kayla, embarrassed but steady, says, "Ma'am, it's prescribed, the label's right there." Vanessa scoffs. "I know what kids like you hide in bottles like that, especially ones cozying up to the pilot." The accusation lands like a slap. Passengers gasp. A guy across the aisle starts filming, and Mrs. Carter pipes up, "She's in pain, leave her be." But Vanessa's on a power trip, hovering, watching Kayla like she's a criminal. In the cockpit, James is running pre-flight checks when his phone buzzes. Kayla's text, "Emergency. Pain's bad. She took my meds." His face hardens. He tells his co-pilot, "Take over. I need 2 minutes." He storms into the cabin just as Vanessa's parading the bottle like a trophy, saying, "Rules are rules. Some people think they're special." James steps into her path, voice low. "You mean my daughter? The one you just endangered?" The cabin's electric now. Passengers are cheering, phones are rolling, and Vanessa's smirk vanishes as she realizes she's not just picking a fight with a kid, she's crossed the captain of the damn plane. The fallout's instant. James retrieves Kayla's meds from the bin, helps her take a dose, and escorts Vanessa off the flight, her face pale as the jetway door slams shut. The videos hit X, hashtags like "Skies of Shame" and "Med Rights Now" exploding online. By the time the plane lands in Denver, it's at 2 million views. Kayla's mom, Dr. Lena Brooks, a civil rights lawyer, is waiting at the gate with a crowd news crews, a congresswoman, even a top doctor who's flown in to support. Lena hugs Kayla tight, whispering, "We've got this, baby." The airline CEO issues a public apology, suspending Vanessa, but it's not enough. The Brooks family isn't after blood, they want change. Vanessa, back in Boston, watches her career implode. She's called into a sterile HR office, shown the company's medical policy she ignored, and told her suspension's now a termination. But here's the twist: they offer her a chance to be part of new training, to own her mistake, and help others avoid it. She takes it, not because she's a hero, but because she's starting to see the damage her biases caused. Meanwhile, Kayla's story sparks a movement. Congress passes the Passenger Health Act, dubbed Kayla's Law, mandating clear rules for medical needs on flights. Airlines roll out new training, and Kayla starts a YouTube channel, sharing tips for traveling with chronic conditions, her voice steady, her dad's pride in her shining through. A year later, Kayla's boarding another flight, and the announcement catches her off guard. Medications are welcome aboard. Just let us know how we can help. She smiles, thinking of the elderly man next to her, helped with such care by a flight attendant who gets it. Back home, over dinner, James says, "Your grandpa, one of the first black pilots, always said change comes through policy or pain. You chose policy, kid." Kayla laughs. "I just wanted my meds, Dad." But as they step onto their porch, watching planes blink across the sky, she knows it's bigger than her. One girl's pain rewrote the rules for millions. If this story hit you, drop a comment. Have you ever faced something like this, or seen someone judged unfairly? Hit that subscribe button and join us at Truepull Stories for more real talk about standing up and making change. What's your take? Did Vanessa deserve a second chance, or should the hammer have dropped harder? Let's get this convo going.